Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Trying a couple new techniques out. We'll see how y'all like them here over the next couple of weeks. Um, yeah, no banner, no poster in the beginning. Yeah, that's kind of a new thing. So yeah, we'll give this a try and see what happens. So today we've got hopefully a twofer for you. First off, we're going to fly the MD-11 right here from Phoenix, where we left off with FedEx Express Virtual. And we're going to head up to the hub in Oakland, California. Afterwards, we debrief that out and all. We'll head up to Sacramento and pick up the default Cessna Citation 10 from Sacramento to Vegas. So, hope you enjoy the day. I had like I said, yesterday was a little different. I had a whole different game plan when I went to work. And when I came home from work, I just said, this would be a perfect time to try out the new Pegasus ACAR system that's coming out with those airlines with VAMSIS. And I'm going to tell you, I liked my first impression. Gonna go back and look over some things to see what to expect with the airline I also am with over there with Pan Am when questions arise. But anyway, today is FedEx, not Pan Am, not American, FedEx Express Virtual. And I've been with this group for quite a long time. Great bunch of people. I think you could find yourself a pretty good home here, especially if you're sort of new, but you know how to fly, but you're sort of new. They're a good place to go. They have great substitutes for aircraft that aren't available for you. And it's been a great fit for me for, better part 7, 8, 9 years. As the CEO said on stream one night, was an event night. I think you've been with us since the beginning. Pretty close. I mean, they fired up beforehand, and I just happened to catch them somehow and thought, you know what? I need to join this. And I have not regretted ever in joining this airline. They are really, really good. And a great bunch of people. Easy to take regulations and rules. Yeah, no, you'll go, oh my gosh, they have rules and regulations. You got to have some semblance. But I'm here to tell you, it's pretty good, easy, nice bunch of people. Just enjoy flying with them and have, like I said, for quite a while. So, with all of that said, you know what, Captain Yash, hello, mate. Welcome in. And it was kind of funny. I was watching a earlier FedEx aircraft that had landed. The pan up here just a little. He or she missed the turnoff into cargo. Ended up over where the corporates are. I think he slewed. The airplane kind of did a 180 in spot. That's kind of great. That was a great move. Loved it. Well, Captain Yash, thank you for the follow and welcome in. What were you talking about, though? But anyway, it was kind of fun. But anyway, let me get us set and ready to go. We are getting ready for Phoenix to Oakland on this first run. Then it's Sacramento to Las Vegas. Did I really put California? Holy mackerel. I just noticed that up there. Oh my gosh. You'd think I'd have flown across the pond route yesterday and missing that. Okay, we got that changed. Let me just double check everything. Yep, I put it there too. I'm glad that I happened to see that early. and we'll just make that change. Okay. So we are in the Rotate MD-11 for today, for the first flight. It is payware. It's a really good. Well, appreciate that, sir. Here's the link to FedEx. Sorry, I hadn't clicked in, or I got caught off guard there. So let's get this rotate ready to go. Now, I have done a couple of steps here. First thing, when you come in, it'll be cold, dark, nothing. Now, I'll click the power button right here, which will bring you to this page, and you can choose how you want to start the aircraft up and what options you want, like synchronizing the barometer from captain to first officer. That's actually a cool thing. 8.33 kilohertz channel spacing. What that means is yes, FedEx Captain Yash does operate MD-11 still. I don't think a very vibrant fleet, but they have some still. They're still hanging on to them. So, but that gives you the 3 digits to the right of the decimal. That's all I run with. And then I usually click park with external power. All you're missing out is turning the battery, standby power, I think, and there's not much in a cold and dark startup. So then we head up here. Actually, correction. Let's back up a second, get the plane loaded. That's always a good thing to do from here. All right, now that is where some Boeing 737-800. No, sir, this is X-Plane 12. And the Rotate MD-11's been around quite a while. All right, let's see here. Today's flight, real quick rundown on it. Today, whoa, I thought I'd gotten rid of that one, but that's okay. We'll just click load. Sim Toolkit here, 127,674 pounds of payload. We'll show you where we put that in. Block fuel, 44,020. And yes, today's flight, 0 peeps. Hopefully, you know, FedEx does haul up to, I believe, 25 people. That's when they have to abide by other rules, but they will haul their employees around. We're taking off 7 left. Oh, good. That's right out in front of us. Landing runway 30. Not bad for where we got to park at Oakland. And there's the route for you. Pretty much direct, and another direct to the arrival. Cost index 90, and we're going to be up at 38,000. Okay, weather here in Phoenix. I bet you can't guess what the weather is in the desert. Oh, hang on. All right, sorry, my wife had a phone call, and I'm like, better hold. She is working, so I don't like that information going out inadvertently over the internet. So anyway, it is a desert. So while it's not hot as a desert, it's 64 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 Celsius. 120 on the winds at 4. So beautiful day really here. Over in Oakland, got a little bit of a tailwind, and I'm not certain we're going to hold for runway 30. If we have to make a change, we'll make it 060 at 3. But with the wind that calm, I can take a tailwind like that. 10 degrees on the centigrade side, 50 degrees for the Fahrenheit folks. All right, so let's get this plane loaded and on its way. All right. I made mention of this. There are some little quirks with this plane. We'll go through them right now. Hang on, let me get something to work with up here. There we go. All right, so we're putting in a payload of 127,674. So just put that in here. 7, 6, 7, 4. All right, now we want to put the block fuel in. 44020. Okay, taxi fuel, probably 2000. I'm gonna check. I actually got caught off guard one day. They put a lot more taxi fuel in than usual. 2000. And then we don't have to worry about ballast. We're not carrying fuel to just carry it. However, if you want to see your estimated landing weight, which will come in right here, got to put in your trip fuel. 23,948. 23,948. All right, and now you see the landing weight here. All right, this is great. Now the quirk here is right with the takeoff CG. If you look or you try out the tutorial flight that comes with this aircraft and the passenger one, they're actually the same. I haven't looked at it to see if they changed it to passengers versus cargo. But anyway, the same applies to both. The takeoff CG has to be 30% or 30.0% to 31.0%. The cargo plane, you'll do pretty good with. The passenger could get a little iffy, obviously, because of the weight. How we adjust the TOCG right here is right here with the payload. We're just going to work it up. Now, in the cargo plane, going to 30.5, split the hair in the middle, is perfect. The passenger plane, like I said, may not. So this is what we end up with. Now, always make sure that you have your, well, we haven't got the cargo door open. I'll explain that in a minute. But I try to open things up. You don't have to, but I try to. Now, one other thing I do here is I click this button here, Apply Load Configuration. Oh, hang on. It was supposed to go to another page. There we go. For me. All right. So when you click this button, as it says, it's going to put the load configuration in the aircraft and, more importantly, in your FMC, McDo. I know, y'all think I just made a typo. No, you'll see what I mean here. This airplane's more Airbus than you think. So you've loaded the aircraft and the weight portion of the McDo/FMC. Okay, let me just make sure. Now, we're going to head over to ground ops. We're going to go ahead, request fuel. We're going to go ahead, load the plane. Now, let me get back outside real quick. Some of the cheesy animations with it. Now, and y'all will go, "Ooh, it's got animation. That's cool." Yeah, well, like I said, cheesy. There's a reason I use that word. Now, you see a nice, lovely 4 cans getting ready to be loaded into the plane. Cans are where your cargo is. That's cool. Great animation. Where I find it falls short is when the door closes and the loader and the little tow truck there could disappear, so do the cans inside the airplane. To me, that, carry it. Just carry it that next step. I mean, the ogre of FSX, Captain Sim, hey, they at least kept the cans visible inside. Again, is it a deal breaker for me? Heck no. Wait a minute, what's going on? Oh, okay. It's like, did the door get hung in here? But yeah, and I'll show you that the cargo will be in there. And then watch it disappear. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a cheesy little thing. And I mean, those that like this kind of stuff, you're in heaven. You know, those that don't, you don't have to. The plane's already loaded, fueled, ready to go. By the way, there comes our fuel truck. One nice thing with rotate here. Now, if you request these things, last time I did it in X-Plane 12, yeah, the fuel truck comes, but the fuel truck, if he comes into and under the wing like he should, I'm trying to see if he's going to turn in or not. Can't tell. Anyway, we'll keep an eyeball on. Oh, he is possibly. That section right behind the cab actually lifts up like it does in the real world. So again, they took it to the next levels, but it is what it is. Now this is more airport generated, and let's see if it'll do it. Now you saw 4 cans go in. There goes the animation. Here comes the fuel truck in. Kind of shocked we don't have a Mercedes out here watching things. I know for sure on there. See how it elevates up? So another great little cheesy thing. Like I said, I don't think it does it on anything else. And then it'll drop back, drive out, whatever. But let's get inside. Remember we saw 4 cans? I don't see them in here. Like I said, it's cheesy. So, but you know, to those that's realism to them. Hey, power to you. That's what flight sim's all about. You know, just for us to sit back and get the feel of doing, you know, what maybe some of us like me, I wanted to be an airline pilot, but things happen, and I couldn't. I didn't follow through. Let's put it that way. No crashes, no incidents or anything like that. Just a lot of pride knocked hard in many different directions. Not just the check ride, but in other areas of life as a early 20-year-old, and it happens. All I can say to those of you aspiring, if you really want it, keep at it. Don't let those little setbacks set you back. Because I'm here to tell you, it's very expensive. All right, so let's get into it now. Now that we've loaded the plane, we can come over if we want, close up the cargo bins. The door is already closed, and I'm even going to turn off the lights in the bays. And we'll just leave the stairs in place and the cargo open. I'm not even sure we're the fuel truck's even gone. Oh, there he goes right there. So there you have it. We're all loaded. Let's get the McDo loaded next. All right, so final cockpit checks. Just remember, when you're doing your weight and balance, takeoff CG, 30 to 31% mean air chord. MAC for short. All right, final cockpit checks. Oh, one too high. There we go. All right, so the battery we know is on. You see all the lights, you see everything. We're actually on external power. So we are going to go up here. We'll do a quick fire check, and I have had people tell me this is exactly how it sounds in the airplane.
Engine 1, fire. Engine 2, fire. Engine 3, fire. Engine 1, fire.
Yeah, something's missing. How about that EPU? I guess that was the I don't know. This isn't one of my favorite airplanes, but there are some things about it that really you go, McDonnell Douglas, what were you thinking? So, all right, external power, we'll go ahead and crank up the EPU. You can crank it from here, or by clicking APU power. As soon as it stops flashing, it'll be available. Let's do an annunciator test.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Okay, and cockpit lighting I've already got set in your switches. They're a little tricky to figure out which one does what. If you kind of read the, the outer thing with the wing on it is your panel, the inner one's your floods. Instrument and pedestal, same thing with that. Then you have another one. Oops, went too far. There we go. Right over here, and that's it for the lights. It's pretty kind of bare. Almost got the APU. Let's find out. We're getting there. We're at 64%. Actually, we should be coming alive here. So it's alive. It's alive. There we go. And the APU is on. All right, let's go ahead and bring on the APU air. That'll take a couple seconds, and then we're ready to really start rocking and rolling. One thing you will note, if it is lit, it's not in the proper form. It is like Airbus. Dark buttons mean they are in the configuration they are meant to be. However, with your anti-ice, you might want to kick them on just to make sure they're on when you need them. Okay. All right. Air systems on. Packs are on. Good. Going one. Yep, we're going to get a fire check. Two. And the aux. Now there is no on-bat check here. We'll check the CVR, real good. Come back down. The only other thing we have left, put this emergency power switch to arm, and we're ready for the initialization of the McDo. Clear. FMC. Good to the 30th. Now, what I've done is I've got a company route. Like Shampoo Flyer, welcome aboard. Great to see you there. Howdy, howdy. If you use SimBrief and the downloader and have already put it in like I have, all you got to do is put it in. KPHX. KOAK. There is no need for 01 on this flight plan. I don't have an alternate route to... Where are we going, come to think of it? I think we're going to Sacramento. Yeah, Sacramento. So, short flight if we have to go to our alternate. I'll go ahead and put that in. KSMF. All right, and I don't think we have that long for the cargo spots. We're going to find out real quick. Da-da-da. All right. I don't know. Let me check. I do not see anything. Nope, we don't. Okay, so we'll just go with these. So we'll just click Initial, Position Ref, back to Flight Plan. All right. Flight number for today, FDX81010. And I think I'm going to just leave it at this point. Position ref, yeah. we'll do the hydraulic test, and while that's in progress, we can do a couple of other things. Hydraulic test, close the window, come down, push the hydraulic button. Oh, really? Am I flying an Airbus or a McDonnell Douglas product? Huh. Interesting stuff. Oops, wrong page. There we go. Hydraulic pressure. Basically, all it's going to do is doing internal checks to make sure the system in the real world is working properly. We're going to continue on. There it goes, starting off. Continuing on, we'll do comm radios, because there are a couple things, those of us on VATSIM, you know, we need to make sure. So one, we can transmit to the controller. Two, we can hear the controller. All right, obviously put your squawk code in here. I go to Xponder, which puts it on mode C. That's the big thing controllers want to see. They don't see you on mode C, they get a little irritable. And sometimes that's a very nice term for what they get. The other thing, though, is if you want to talk to them, make sure. Let me bring in VATS X Pilot here. Okay, where you see COM 1, 122.8 up top here, make sure TX and RX is lit up. TX will be lit up so long as you have the mic on. The RX, or the receive side, that is below the buttons here. First, turn them all the way up. Push on them so that they get the light. Same with VHF 2. In the States, they want you on guard. The guard channel, emergency channel, mayday channel. You know, there's a lot of terms for it. 121.5. Just so they can get on there, yell at you if you aren't responding to them. Again, this is trying to keep them from being so irate, because some of them get irate very badly, and it's a shame supervisors don't pick up on that. But anyway, you got to make sure they're turned up and the light is on. How you'll know that you're good? You will see TX RX for COM 1, COM 2 RX only. You cannot yell back at them until you get on their channel. I'm not saying to yell at them. I'm just telling you that is the only way you will. All right, there we go. Get rid of that. Okay, so now the comm radios are set up. Let's see where we stand on the hydraulic test. I'm pretty sure it's done. And it is done. All right, let's push on. Lost where we were. Comms. Glare shield. All right, so we got to set up our PFD and NDs. Well, we're going to only do the PFD right now. Why? We'll get rid of the yoke. All right, first off and foremost, our altimeter setting here is 22. I like it when it's 2992. I don't have to set it. But we need to go through. We need to be in inches of mercury. Now, it took me a little bit to find this little simple looking button right above the altimeter setting, which you do right here. Yeah, it took me a while to find it. It's right above you, and that's where you put it into HEPA. And then your up and down for your, down here is your minimums. We're set for 200. I'm going to actually set it for 400. Whoops, overshot. Okay, now finishing this up, we just want to make sure the barometer is set, the QNH is correct, and the bank angle. All right, now this is where I get some, I keep it on auto as they say, but I find that it sometimes overshoots. You find that, maybe try the other settings to see if it'll turn quicker onto the routing or tighter, because auto is for the most part going to put you in a 22 degree bank, I think it is, standard IFR turn. But the others could be tighter or less. So, and with altitude, they don't bank it as much because they're going to try to keep you asleep. How else will you not complain about how they're flying? You're awake, you'll complain. All right, let's get back down to the end. We'll be back to do the NDs here in a minute. ND, by the way, stands for navigation displays. All right, so we're back here. Let's finish up this page. Cost index, we said 90. Now, this aircraft, and I think the Airbus 300, you guys can fact check me on this. I don't have it, but I think it's part of it. And maybe the MD-80. You can set your different step climbs in. Actually, the MD-80 may not, because there really isn't usually a step climb with that plane. Say we're going from Phoenix to Anchorage, or Phoenix to, we'll just say Stansted over in London. There's a good chance you're going to start off at a lower altitude and step your way up to that final cruise that then you'll, 300 to 500 miles later, descend into London. Well, you put each one of those in. Now, you can say, well, why? I said that once, and somebody said, what happens is in the real plane, and if they're following real plane logic in the avionics, it's doing minor fuel calculations to make sure it's got enough to do what it's got to do. You're not going to see anything go, whoa, really? So, anyway, in our case, our cruise altitude, I think it's 38 with no steps. All right, so 38, 380 works. Now your temp and headwind component, or tailwind. Temp can be a very difficult thing to get, so I don't mess with that one. So I just put a diagonal in, a backslash, and then I look at the winds. Okay, we're going 355 at 22. So the winds are technically coming in from the north. So if you look at a map, that's going to come straight at the nose at about 22 knots. Our drift is going to be about a heading of 300-ish to 330-ish. So we're going to get a lot of that headwind. A lot of it will also be crosswind. So up there you'll see a wind component, 9. That's what I'm going to put in here, head. Now, let's say we were going from Oakland to Phoenix. Now that same 355 degree wind becomes more of a tailwind. TL is what you would put in instead of HD. And 0, 9. Enter. Cost index 90. Don't forget that one. It's not like a lot of the Boeings where it's right there where you know where to hit it. Really, because if you forget it, you'll go, why aren't you playing nicely? All right, so we got the beginnings here done. Now let's go to that weight page. And I'm going to come over here, go to the weight and balance. Now, if you had not clicked that load configuration to the aircraft and FMC, this button right here lighting up, you would have to click on each of these to fill them in, that are the bigger numbers. They're already filled in, so let's verify. 44.0, that works. Zero fuel weight, 381.0, that works. Takeoff CG 30.5, that works. 26.8 works. Everything looks good on this page. All right, let's go to the F plan page. See what I mean? Very Airbus-esque. All right, and it fills out just the same, maybe a little different terminology. And I am not going to bring it in, so bear with me as I bring up things. Zephyr 2 departure. All right, Phoenix. Sid. That would have been departure in Airbus. Okay, we will depart 7 left. Okay. Departure will be Zephyr. Of course, it's the last one. To Rista, is that correct? Rista. And click Insert. Again, a slight difference from Airbus. Not much, but a little, but be careful. Don't fall into the Airbus trap because you'll hit the wrong button. Okay, so we're doing good so far. So we've got Sparky. Let's see here. We're going to RNAV to Sparky, Goli, Jola, Seppa. All looks good. And Mesa Rista. Cool. All right, and then from there, we're going to Dovey, then Beatty, and then Rusmy. And we find another discontinuity. Okay, so now we'll click OK, Oakland. Arrival would have been the word in Airbus, star in McDonnell Douglas. And again, we are planning the ILS to runway 30. Hang on a second. Let me make sure nothing changed. 19 minutes ago, we are landing 28 left 30. Okay, go back to flights, approach. ILS 30, we'll just throw it in right off the fist. Okay. And we are coming in on the Oaks 3 off of Rusmy. Okay, Oaks 3 to Rusmy. From Rusmy, Oaks 3 to Fist, and then the ILS runway 30. Insert it, check it. All right, checking it. So it's Rusmy to Oaks, to Grud, Band, Tool, Fist. All right. And then from Fist, we're going to come into Perfect, Barb, Zolum, Wolven on the ILS. Cool. Mito, and then the runway, I believe. Yep. We head out to Sausalito and continue on until they say, yo, oh wait, they have us holding at Sausalito. They don't here. Oh wait, where's Sausalito? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's just an extended page. Okay, yeah, they show us holding there. Okay. And then at the end, just like that, Oakland to Smurf. No, Sacramento. All right, so we know that page is good. Let's go to Navrad. Okay. And then the only big difference in this McDo versus an Airbus McDo, you would go to perf. Here we go to takeoff approach. All right. Now, what I recommend is you go to SimBrief. If you don't have a SimBrief account, you're really missing out on a lot. It's a great flight planning tool, but it also has takeoff and landing performance data for you, which goes right in here. Couple it with Toolkit, and you can get everything you need, or use this one here and just have to fill in a lot. Okay, so I am going to go the other route. Whoop, view flight plan. All right, so we're going to go to takeoff to the Great White North. Oh, sorry, wrong forum. And those of you that know that song, you realize you are old. All right, 7 left, 10,000 feet, that's good. Takeoff weight, I think is good. Let's check. 422,968. Okay, that's good. Full auto bleed settings, auto on the ice, temperature 20, calculate. All right, so it's going to give us the numbers we need to start filling in. So we're going to flex out of here 60 degrees. Runway slope, I'm just going to grab it off of Toolkit. Up 0.2. But like I said, if you use the performance and tools, you'll get that number actually. So U 0.2 diagonal. Winds component. Headwind 6. So again, HD06. Boom. Outside air temperature 20. And the all-important flap setting 15. Boom. All right, so let's check them. Okay, we came up with 133 on SimBrief, 151, 160. And we're getting these, you know, they're close enough. I'm just going to click in on them. And we're pretty much done with the MD FMS. What we have left is the FMC setup, or I'm sorry, not the FMC, the middle control panel. Sorry, I'm getting used to where I have extras. All right, so we'll set speed 250, runway heading for our heading. And initial climb. Oh, if I get it right. Center. ATC. And zipper. All right. Now. Okay, we right now do not have ATC. All we have is LA Center to contend with once we get closer. If you have ATC, technically, if you reach your clearance, but you're gonna be cleared via SID climb to 39,000. Kind of something like that. What you got to look for is what's the top altitude in your departure. In this case, 8,000. In this case, since we don't have anyone, we're going to take it all the way up. $38. Okay. If we had somebody, I would have set it at 8,000. And I'm going to go to engine for now. And since we're available on, I'm going to come off the external power, go over here and get rid of it. with this airplane and a few others out there, so I just say do it with all of them. Turn off the switch on the overhead panel to your ground power unit. Turn it off first. It'll say avail. Don't worry about that. Then go and disconnect the ground power from the plane. You do it in this plane, you will have to re-enter everything. Yeah, bummer. Had to do it a couple times. So always make sure of that. Okay. All right, and I know where we're at. Okay, so did I turn anything on? No. Okay. Okay, they're off. First, traffic, that gives us TCAS. Data, that gives us what we got to be at each of the waypoints. VOR will tell us what VOR we're looking at here, or it's pointing to, and VOR2 the same thing on the other. So we got both of them aimed at Mesa Airport, 19 miles away. Yeah, would we like to see it different? Of course we would, but do the same over here. And decide what range you want to see. You can put terrain over here, weather over here. Now, it's not technically stated that the weather is available. However, we had a flight back in March. We went into Memphis and that radar scope was lit up. It was unbelievable. The sky was lit up. It was just lightning all over the place. That was really one of the big severe outbreak days of this year. And yeah, I was really like, oh. So really hoping we get an update from Rotate soon with the 3.0 updates that are available now for the radars. Up until then, I'd never seen anything on their radar. I was highly impressed that day. Very highly impressed. Pratt TPT, or Pratt PT6, sorry. Welcome aboard. Thanks for the follow. We sure appreciate y'all coming in and joining the fun. Oh, and by the way, Captain Yash, I didn't realize it, had allowed us to reach a goal of 510 followers, and that's why that message came up at the top of my chat. I couldn't figure out, I've never seen it. I'm like, normally don't see it with follows. I should have known. But thank you, Captain Yash, and Pratt PT6, thank you for the follows. We sure appreciate you. And I think it's safe to say we're ready to go. Yep, we're ready to go. I hope y'all enjoy. Again, I know some people kind of watch to see when we're going to fly this bird. Today's the day. One of the days. One of many. We fly this bird a lot. Mainly because I haven't... I haven't came to terms with getting the Flight Factor 777. That was an airplane, or not Flight Factor, PMDG in the FSX days that I flew before the year 2020. And I flew a lot in that plane. And I just haven't come around to sinking the money on it this time around. So... anyway, we've got the MD-11. That's what we're doing today. We're going from Phoenix to Oakland. All right. So let's get this thing ready to go. Parking brake on. And if you're not sure, now I have to actually click on it to disable it. My short key doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why. Seatbelts. Emergency lights to arm. Emergency switch verify is armed. And let's go ahead, get that main door closed. By the time I swing around, it'd be already closed. And there. All right, let's click so we know what CTAF is here. Hey, gotta spell it right, Mike. There we go. My favorite's when I do that. Someone comes, it's a CTAF dot. And I appreciate it, I really do. That just always cracks me up. Shocked I didn't get it this time. All right, 12900. All right, before we go, let me get a cars running. All right, and start. What do you say we get this firecracker lit up real quick? Let you see something here. Navigraph charts. We've been using these in the background, but this gives you an idea of what our flight looks like. You can see the LA-Denver corridor wide open. Yeah, we're headed over here. Okay. Now, let's get in here. All right, for today, we're going to face north on our pushback, come up here to Hotel 1, cross over to, what is this, Foxtrot, and hold short at Fox 3 for takeoff on 7 left. Okay. Zephyr 2, just to give you an idea, we're going straight out to Sparky, Goli, Jolar, Zephyr, and right on up to Rista. All right, and then you can see that, hang on, is Las Vegas has, I don't know who's up. Oh, are you serious? Anyway, so we'll have a little bit of a run through Los Angeles Center and then over to Oakland if they ever come up. All right, so there's what we got planned. Here we go. Okay, continuing to checks. Ready for pushback. Calling. Ready for pushback. Ready for pushback. Stage 2.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Report to set 2.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, with that, let's get the beacon on. Okay, better pushback. Come down here, switch into the aux tanks. Hydraulic on.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, clear to connect, face us north. All doors closed. We'll make one last check as he does his. Yeah, I told him to let the drone up so we can look at the airplane. not. All right, transponder to exponder. And we'll use B today as it gets set up. And we're on the engine.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, brakes released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, we're going to go ahead, start up number 3. And basically, you're just coming up to that teal colored line. I actually take it a little further, 17 to 20, and then kick the fuel on. So I hope you're enjoying. As we got the first hour of the stream in the can, we are pushing back, getting ready to head over to Oakland.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, we got one more engine to go, and we'll be ready, pretty much ready for taxi. Okay, looks like number 1 is stable. Let's go for number 2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Again, if for those new to X-Plane, Better Pushback is a free, easy to install utility. Basically, you just put it in your plugins, but it's also now updatable with Skunkcraft. So any updates they come up with, you'll easily get them. And the little guy gets out. There's the pins, and we can start moving surfaces once we get all the engines up. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the defrost on, defog on. Okay, we don't need to worry about anti-ice just yet. Couple more months maybe to go. Who knows? APU. All right, now that we're up and running, let's turn the bleed off. Okay. And I'm going to come up here and click stop. come back down and see that it's spooling down. And we'll check back. All right, continuing on. Let's go to config. All right, now from here we can look at our stape trim. Now I know it's hard to read right there, so kind of put it in front of us. 4.8 is what we want stab 8NU to read. Okay. Takeoff data. We're confirming. Hang on. That looks good. It all looks good. All right, now the fun one, flaps. Got a great system called Dial-A-Flap. We're gonna try and do this. Well, we have it. You basically roll the dial to whatever your flap setting is. What happens is you'll go from slats to whatever that's set at. Now, I know some of you are thinking, wait a minute, what if you're set for like 20-something%? Yeah, and you do this on approach. You got to make sure you're below that approach speed for the flaps, or you just potentially damage them. FedEx and UPS and all those cargo companies that gobbled these aircraft up when the airline said no more figured a way around all the little pitfalls the airlines had, because these aircraft have been in service over 20 years. Matter of fact, over 30 years with some of the airline cargo carriers. So they figured out the quirks that the airlines either just didn't want to or still never liked. So, but anyway, Dial-A-Flap is set already at 15. So that's where it will set there. When we come up, you will see flap 15 slats going down, and it shows 15 up here on the gauge. Okay, auto brake will go to recheck takeoff. Spoilers, let's get them armed. And by the way, it's just like Airbus. Pull them up. As soon as you get the hand, talk to the hand. Come on, hand. There you go. Okay, you're gonna be like that, are you? Boy, it really is being good old mean today. There it goes. All right. Again, we look for the red strip here, and they're armed. We're ready to taxi. Takeoff data confirmed. 150.44. Yep, and you can see it right here. So here we go. Phoenix traffic FedEx 811 heavy taxiing from the south cargo ramp to 7 left. Now, when you're in the, we'll get to it when we're in approach, but real quick, just hit Y. Your autopilot button works. Click it. Click the button here to disable your auto throttle. And let's get some lights on. Now, one thing someone told me is monitoring 1:22.8 while on the ground is a smart thing. That way, if someone doesn't feel they have to come to common traffic, you can hear them if they're even announcing. many who don't feel they need to be on common traffic because there's no one quote there, probably won't even tell you they're there. Case in point, and this didn't have to do with common traffic. The ground controller did a good job getting me out to the runway and all. I think the guy should have, you know, personally, to be nice, tell me there's someone on short final. No, he didn't. And dummy me decides to just go ahead and take off. Guess what? I'm glad I took that glance out there because he was there. Now, would 122.8 have helped? It might have, but not really. He wasn't transmitting. So it is what it is. There's not much you can do about that, folks. So, but just do what's right. That is to be on common traffic when you're in North America. And literally, I'm not kidding about North America. Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean. You're looking at being on common traffic. But, yep, you know, you just get those pilots that it's their world and they like to be able to chit-chat with their friends and heck with the rest, you know, what the rest of us are looking. So, anyway, off my soapbox and onto the airplane. Okay, looks like 7 right's clear. FedEx 811 Heavy crossing 7 right at Hotel 1. All right, before takeoff data checked, auto flight. We're going to turn that on here in just a second. Interesting thing, I got a text or a comment passed long time ago flight with this plane. I pass it on to you all. Hang on a second. And I've actually heard or seen the same information passed to other bigger streamers than me. The same information. So bear with me. I'm going to come up to the hold line. And Phoenix traffic, FedEx 811 Heavy, clear 7 right, holding short 7 left. All right, we'll use the parking brake so we don't go forward. Basically, yes, click your auto flight. Click. What you've done is when you take off, the autopilot kicks in at whatever altitude McDonnell Douglas set it for. Also, click Prof. That gets you into the appropriate configuration. All right, let me make sure. I think I missed back to engine, cabins ready, takeoff data, flight state trims. We didn't do flight controls. You know what, let's go back to config real quick. Okay, looks like we're free and ready to go. Let's drop back to engine. APU is off, nothing's there. EAD checked, exterior lights. And ready to go. Radar and transponders on. Okay, radars are on, transponder. That was something I should have hit while I was down there. Set, ready to go. All right, Phoenix traffic, FedEx 811 Heavy, taking off, runway 7 left, Zephyr 2 departure. Okay, airspeed's live, 80 knots. B1, rotating. MD-11 climb. RNAV to Sparky.
Stabilizer motion.
See, the autopilot kicks in automatically here. And I know some pilots probably didn't like that either. All right, so let's climb on out of here. And Phoenix traffic, FedEx 811 direct Sparky on the Zephyr 2 departure. Have a good day.
Stabilizer motion.
All right, what'd y'all think? A lot to this plane. If you choose to fly it that way. Flaps coming up to slats. And slats are coming up. There's a lot to it, but if you fly the plane a lot, you get used to it, you understand some of the quirks. It's not as taxing as many think. And keep in the back of your mind Airbus. The only difference between an A319 and this aircraft, or an A320, it's bigger. It's got longer legs, it can fly longer distances, but overall, there's not a whole lot of difference.
Stabilizer motion.
And you get past that, and of course, the different systems and all that you see up here. But if you look at the general layout, it's a lot like Airbuses. So, you know, it's just, that's the way it is. And that helps a lot of people when I put it into a perspective. That's when I first bought this plane, I think it was this year, maybe last, that was my first indication that that's all you got to know about this plane. It's an Airbus. There's the airport behind us. And I'm not trying to upset certain people when I say Airbus 11. But if you just keep that in your mind, this airplane begins, I'm sorry, it begins to make a lot of sense. And I don't know, at least it did to me. Let's put it that way. Now, if it helps you out, great. You know, if it doesn't, you know, I'm trying. It's not a very difficult plane to fly. Can be where I run into troubles is trying to get it to land. And I forget sometimes you got to turn off the throttles, turn off the autopilot. It just simple things like that, and that's where the cumbersomeness comes into it. It's a pretty automated plane, and it's like I said, Airbus is pretty automated. It's built more around the computer, and the pilots manage it, where Boeing builds it more around the pilot, who then manage it as well. Again, each works. I mean, for the most part, you know. All right, we're through 10,000 feet. Let's pop some lights off. As we begin to head toward Rista on the Zebra 2 departure. And the Phoenix Basin. I see, hang on a second, I missed that. I don't know why my phone, I know why my phone missed it, dang it. I see Pratt PT6. Pratt PT6. I am using default Phoenix traffic, or Phoenix Airport, and overall X-plane scenery. And I am aware of a map enhancement out there. I don't know, I'm still right now enjoying what we get with Yeah, you're talking, I think, the same language. Enhancement Pro is free. Yeah, where I'm just right now, when 3.0 came out, I was blown away. I happened to be in LaGuardia. How much of the city came in, and I hadn't touched a setting, came in like they had increased the level of detail in the sim itself, and I was blown away. So I was just about to the point to pull the trigger, as telling someone I'm just waiting until 3.0 comes out, see the difference. Oh my, what a difference. And that, and I'm also a little nervous about how much it takes on my system because of, hang on a second, I just noticed one little thing that, yeah, easily missed, and I missed it. We're in beta 6, by the way. Yeah, but I'm aware of that. I'm thinking about it. Those Google textures look awful enticing. Oh, really? Well, I don't run ortho, except for ortho that would come with either StarSim, Philadelphia, St. Louis, or Nimbus, Atlanta. Beyond that, I don't run ortho or anything else. Yeah, I'm going to look into it. Right now, we are getting, let's see if this one, I can't remember if, yeah, no, it doesn't. Hang on a second, maps. And I know I need to update this still. Go to GitHub and get that updated. Let's see here. I don't think I have to have, oh yeah, 46 frames per minute, or per minute. Ooh, that's really slow. 46 frames per second. I mean, it looks good. So, and I remember back in the FSX days, or was it a Century of Flight? The argument, you know, to get more frame rates, this and that. One person came on, I think claimed to be an eye doctor. The human eye cannot tell anything above 30 frames per second. Any difference. And now we have people crying it's not at 100. But no, performance with Pro versus stock. I'm going to look into it. I keep telling him I will. I have a guy that'll come on here a couple hours from now. We'll see. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring up Discord. Go ahead and get on voice. I have stopped streaming side by side on Discord. Really, for one reason only. We had a rough day of my computer system seeming to be very sluggish in certain areas. And don't know where to attribute it to, but I stopped doing the stream live in X-Plane while streaming, and it seems to have helped. I say that. We're on the first flight. We'll find out on the second one. But all right, we're way through there. 33. Yeah, I think we need to go standard. Well, we already are, so that was good. And no, I do not have any sound enhancements here. Part of me really wants to with this plane, but I had them on the Flight Factor A320 and just outright love them. also be honest with you, Brad PT6, I also kind of like that when people come to the stream, they see X-Plane as if they bought it. Okay, minus the MD-11 doesn't come with it. But they can see the scenery, they can, you know, decide for themselves without realizing that, you know, they may have to, for their taste, to change the scenery, you know, get that enhancement. What did I want to turn off here?
Stabilize their motion.
And just a couple weeks ago, we were flying the Flagstaff and Lake Havasu. Two really fun caravan flights we did with this, with FedEx Express Virtual. All right, seatbelts to auto. Oh, we don't have wing lights. Oh, I thought we did. Oops. And away we go. Sorry, folks, I keep hitting the wrong button. Yeah, that Lake Havasu run, that was kind of fun. Just be careful how you set your flight plan in default ATC with X-Plane 12. X-Plane 12's default is great. Just gotta be mindful. In that case, they wanted us to basically circle back, and what they did, increased our range, or our flight time, I think doubled it. How far south before east before north to get on track. It didn't read into that route, which I get it, it won't. Human would, AI probably not. So, but I mean, other than flying with it in the US, I haven't had troubles with the onboard ATC in Europe or other places. So, I don't know what it is about this wascally USA country. Looks like about an hour and 10 minutes to our destination. And I guess I ought to figure out what channel LA is going to want us on. 126.525. Everything's good up there. Everything looks good here. Alright, we're all set there. Double check 162. Sorry about that, folks. Meaning to click message and click disconnect. It's about 360 miles till we bring the beastie down. All right, enjoy the flight. I'll be back in a moment here as soon as we cross over into Los Angeles airspace, if they're even covering us. I'm sure they want to. Unlike last night where I was way off on what day it was and all. Happy Friday! Oh, I was so discombobulated last night thinking it was Friday, today's the weekend. Oh yeah. Oh, well, happy Friday, folks. Hope you've all had a great work week. Hope the weekend looks promising for you and that you get a chance to relax, enjoy, maybe take in some flight simming or whatever else piques your interests, and be safe about it. Love to see it, because Monday we will be back in the air streaming. I'll take suggestions right now. I haven't really looked that far ahead. Sunday there will be no stream. We got things I'm looking kind of forward to, so there'll be no stream on Sunday. But if you have an idea, place for me to fly to, hey, throw it in the chat. I'm working up an idea myself. Ooh, A340 right now. Oh, cool. Up to Toronto. Where did you depart? And yeah, from good old Winnipeg. It's nice. I was waiting for you to say like Ottawa or Buffalo. That's a good one to get through the procedures and start learning the plane, because I know the A340 is kind of new to the other world. We don't even have one that I'm aware of. I've heard of something in the works. Oh, they do want to talk. Okay, hang on. What did he say? 525 126 525. Los Angeles Center, FedEx 811 Heavy with you, flight level 380.
FedEx 811 Heavy, Los Angeles Center, good morning. Radar contact 37 miles south. Beach Springs, via or maintain flight level 380.
And FedEx 811, we'll keep it at flight level 380. Great controller on hand. And I've seen this place hopping, and it's just like walked in the park for him. It just seems like. Okay, I'll be at a rather large park for LA Center, but yeah, beautiful machine, in-builds, good deal. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about the A340 over there. It's nice to see it in the sky in some sim. We'll see what happens here if Tolis picks it up or what. I mean, they have the A340 600, so.
Radar contact 1 8 miles west of
Kind of missed that VATSIM music last night on that flight. Y'all didn't. I listened to the video and y'all didn't hear it. It's kind of like, that's a bummer. But again, that could catch copyright and all of that good stuff. But that was pretty, that made that flight go pretty well for me. Plus the announcements here and there. So yeah, that was an interesting flight last night using the new Pegasus version 2. What's to come of it? I don't know. What they're talking about with one of the airlines, well, two of the airlines I fly with use that, and I'm kind of nervous what one of them has for it. But we'll see. Pan Am Virtual, hey, I get at least a voice. Whether it's heard is another story.
Okay. The next flight 63, expect ILS 25 left front. Expect ILS 25 left front, traffic 5.
So we are on our way. We're about 50 minutes or so out of Oakland. Weather, beautiful fall day. It's pretty hard right now to find any kind of weather in the country. I'm kind of zooming out here to see. Pretty much kind of coming through Iowa is about it in the country. I don't think there's any on the East Coast for the most part. Kind of an unusual fall look, but we'll take it, of course. And hopefully we get some rain. We're supposed to get some much needed rain tonight into tomorrow, as long as that's what it is. So we are coming upon Vegas, it looks like. Way off in the distance, Hoover down. Sorry about that, folks. Got tasked by the CEO for some things. And we're back at it. We're somewhere.
Water 2249, clear to Fresno via the Yucca 1 departure, Palmdale, then it's filed. Climb via the SID, expect flight level 340 and 5, departure with me.
I better look ahead here.
1365.
What's recipe? Okay, it does Oaks below 32 but above 24. Okay. Alright, I am trying to do something. Alright. Sorry about that, that's still not working right. I hope you all were not looking out into that area out there. That is the Nevada test range. Area 51 is out there if you've ever heard of it. The super secret spaceship airport. Yeah. Don't be looking out there. Not much. What's going on there? They let you go early? Hey, nothing wrong with that on a Friday. How's it been? Long time no hear. We have a Pratt PT6 in the text chat for Twitch, talking up your enhancer program. Map, or is it map enhancer? What it's called?
Map enhancement.
Yeah. Oh, somebody passed under. Oh, he's just saying, you know, it could even improve my frame rates. So, and you said I could put it on a different drive, right?
Yeah.
So. Well, if you didn't get the alert, Beta 6 is now out. I don't really know. Beta 5 confused me a little bit with the AirNac update in it. I thought that's what happened when we updated AirNacs. So I was kind of confused with that.
I think it's those that don't use Navigraph. I mean, those that use Navigraph, but don't
Yeah.
like subscribe to it.
Yeah, they use Navigraph. This aircraft actually pulls from
They
it
don't
too.
subscribe to it, so it's harder for them to get updates.
Okay, I get you. So they actually physically updated the sim for them.
Yeah.
Okay, now that makes more sense to me. I didn't look that way. And I guess they're having troubles with the Mac users because they keep, you know, making us have to allow overwrite old files.
Yeah.
So I wonder what the issue is with Mac.
I'm pretty sure that's the thing. That's playing on.
What, Macs?
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So if anything, they should be having Windows problems, not Mac problems.
You would think. Yeah, that's why I'm saying that. Came out again. I'm like, are you kidding me? Another update. But that's okay. Things are beginning to start hopping here in La Singili Center. I would have said caution door turbulence. Door might fly off. Poor airplane's going to be plagued with that for its entire career. All right, well, we've got a little ways to go still till top of descent. We're looking at about 130 miles. What's that for?
United 1591, radar contact, sail 2 leaving. 1591, altitude checks, climb unrestricted, flight level 190.
Getting close to the end. That's why I'm always curious when I hear a 1.
After 1, frequency change approved, enjoy your flight.
After 1? Okay, not me. I should be getting a handoff here soon.
We're at 1399, wind 35011, gust 17, runway 1 right, full length, clear for takeoff. Runway 1 right, full length, clear for takeoff for American destination.
Yeah, he's got a lot of business down in the center itself. Actually, it's not as busy as I've seen. All right, and for those tuning in and now, we are on the first of 2 flights. First flight we're on right now is started in Phoenix. We'll end in Oakland at the FedEx hub there. Then we're going to switch gears and head up to Sacramento, California, and head to Vegas in the default Citation 10 for X-Plane 12. Comes with it.
LA Center, good evening. Delta 553, out of stand, Delta 39, requesting taxi with information unit from aboard. LA Locker 2249, SE, feature over reference for taxi. Water on board, flight task, what is the top altitude sign for the Yakutsk? You don't see the sign. I'm sorry, a published top altitude.
Nope, what happened? What happens?
2249, did I not assign you an initial altitude? No, you assigned climb me instead, we just never got it. American 399 instructions, sir. Alright, copy. Let's give you a top altitude, 13,000.
That's KPHX next.
Water 2249, taxi runway 31 left via whiskey.
BGT, yeah.
31 left via whiskey, walk 2249.
We're not going to Las Vegas International.
48, expect backers ILS 25 left approach.
We're corporating it. Now, granted, if you were of someone important, more than likely you would still go to the big airport, park over in general aviation, because the strip's right there. But if you live in Vegas, you might go to executive. Oh boy. I'll be kind of happy to clear channel.
Runway 1 right, full length, taxi via Bravo Delta, cross 26 right at Delta.
Can I get off the channel?
553, taxiing, runway 1 right, via Bravo Delta, and we'll cross 26 right at Delta. Aircraft United Tower 118.3.
So the name of it's North Las Vegas Airport.
118.3 is not
I haven't checked that part. Okay, I'm at Rusby. I know I'm in Oakland. I'll give him till...
radar contact, sail 2 leaving. We're passing through 8,500 for American 1399, altitude check, climb unrestricted, flight level 190.
looks like
2249, wind variable 3, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff. South 291, expect ILS 24 right approach.
You want to know what my worst landing rate is?
1122, tower now 118.3.
what is it?
38,475.
What'd you do? Just fall out of the sky?
Pretty much.
998, expect RNAV, Yankee 27 approach.
Best landing is -8. My average landing is -623.
And Lexington Southwest 3453, Tokyo to Vegas, look for clear.
And I have 142 flights completed.
Very good. Southwest.
Are you talking to AZC?
No, I haven't.
Calling, get me the call sign again, please.
United.
Ah, United. I'm gonna have to call him.
3453, pre-approach clearance on the way.
LA Center, FedEx 811. Did I miss a handoff? We're up here about over BIH, Bravo India Hotel.
FedEx 811, you leave my airspace. Frequency changes approved. Call center's offline. Enjoy your flight.
All right, sir. Thank you. Great job. FedEx 811 over to Unicom.
We'll see ya.
Never know if I miss a call from him. It's so busy.
Oh wow, I made it to senior captain.
Ooh. I'm bowing down.
Oh wow. I've never really noticed that. I'm still having those bad landings, that's probably why, because I'm a senior.
Hopefully they don't use that VATSIM system Pan Am uses. Because they can now track your approach if they want to make sure you're stabilized. Matt Air, whoa! Matt, 1997 Air, welcome aboard, sir. It is going great. Yourself? Another one we haven't heard from in a while. Always nice to have old friends come back in. Yeah, I get it. We're getting into the super busy season. My favorite season, though. What were you going to say there, Godspeed?
I don't remember.
Oh, Lord, Matt, 1997 Air is now a commercial pilot student in training. Okay, hiding under the desk now. That is awesome. Congrats, sir.
Man.
For a second there, I thought you were saying you were now a commercial pilot, but no, you're training. That is awesome.
I don't think it takes that long to be a commercial pilot.
You could combine the two when I was doing it, but I was also under Part 141. A lot of people are under 61 and 91, I think it is. All right,
Isn't it like 8 months or something?
what?
Become a commercial pilot?
At the school I was with, I could get it with my instrument. That could be about right. I had to think because we had like 2 or 3 quarters to do it in. But that was back in the 80s, back when wheels were still made by Firestone out of stone. And we were training to fly pterodactyls instead of airplanes. Down we go. I have found that if I start things early, I meet that 7,000 foot requirement at FIST to be able to get on the ILS better. That's just me. You all may have better ideas out there or not, but if I can hit that 24 at Oaks and fly in per each of the bottom requirements, I hit that to be able to land at Oakland the way I want. But yeah, if you're with Pan Am Virtual, Spaceman has options now to really crank it up to make it difficult. Also, the new VAMSys 8-car system has music on it and announcements, if so chose. I think, if.
I don't know if I'm still part of it or not.
I can find out here in a second. Let me see how things are going on the flight. Actually, I'll just use this window.
You said they got new A cars?
There's a new one I'm with Virtual American and Piedmont, and we're under a new one there. The old one phases out Monday? No. I forgot what the date was. I'll look at it, see if it's under Pan Am too. We'll look real quick. Pegasus. Sunset of V1 for V2 is coming. Oh God, it's in white.
Said you don't not having valid account.
October
Yeah.
20, whenever October 20 is. I acknowledged. You're not in there? Let's see, Orwell. Remember your code? Your whatever your user was?
I don't think so.
Got a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah. I don't see you in here. You gotta fly for us, man. You just can't. Uh-oh.
I know, but that's when I only knew how to fly one plane.
Sorry, we don't take excuses like that.
Okay. Hey, you're only qualified to fly a 737? Oh, you know, no.
You could fly the 707 or the 74. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, easily. It only takes 10 people to control the cockpit.
And just think, do I still fly Mac Air? No. All I got to do though is go up with an instructor, do my biannual, which to me will take not just one flight but several. And I personally would want to go through ground school and of course get my physical.
What if
But-
I'm still part of Millennium?
I didn't even know you were part of Millennium. And don't tell me you couldn't fly there. Because they have every airplane in the world and every airline in the world you can fly with.
Well, they don't have, I didn't see any, like, A320 liveries that they have.
They don't. You don't have to fly their livery. They don't have
Oh,
one.
you don't?
No. You just
Oh,
if you had like.
I could have been doing these all entire time.
Oh yeah. I tell you, these rookies.
I mean, most virtual airlines, they give you, like, their livery, or that livery that you're using for with Ignited, you know, if you like do like Ignited Flame, right? But you do it with like Spirit, or you do it with American
Yeah,
Airlines.
you can put whatever
like,
livery you got on it, dude. Some people will put that livery on the plane, like me, but you don't have to. And you don't necessarily, if you're taking like the open flights, there are substitutions if you don't have that plane. So say you want to fly, we'll just pick Munich to Vienna, and you don't have a Lufthansa A320 or a Austrian A320, but you got the Zibo. Fly the Zibo. They'll accept it. It's an acceptable substitute. Yeah, it's a really easygoing site. I mean, I love that airline. I love how they've kept it very limited in the amount of rules or hurdles you have to get over to fly. They've really made it simple. Captain Mac did a great job with that airline, and everyone else behind it.
I don't know if my thing's still
All right, why am I down in the 250s? So Matt's worried about the 250-mile straight line trip. I get your concern, sir. I get it. So I'm trying to think. One of the runs I did out of Athens, Ohio, with that group, was to Roanoke. I don't know how far that is. If it's 150, 200 mile or what. Because that's a pretty good haul out of Ohio to Roanoke. You've flown out of Athens, Ohio? It's a cool airport, isn't it? KU and I, that's it. Yeah, my grandparents used to live right in that town. I don't know. Yeah, they used to live there. Oh, you took your instrument there, written. Wow. At the university or at the airport? University's about 13 miles east of the airport. Oh, at the airport. Cool. Yeah, when I was there, I wanted so much to get my instrument and commercial there. Was it then, or was it in training for commercial? I can't remember which one. We had a potential for the pilot of the DC-3 that, I don't know if it's still there or not, could have a student run right seat and get logged and all of that for it. I would have loved that. Oh, that would have been so much fun to be in a Goonie Bird, earning flight time, and then the examiner look, you got DC-3 time? Oh yeah, that was a cool plane. The Bobcats had. Beats any 737 or 727 out there at the time that Mini had. Yeah, Was there 2 quarters in 84 winter and spring, and boy, it was fun. Enjoyed that so much. Unfortunately, I enjoyed the bars in Athens too much too. Alright, we're coming over Oaks, and we're going to begin our descent now to the next fix, which is Garage, 20 to 23,000. Alright, let's go ahead, get that started. The only bad thing about this plane is I don't like how quick it races down. Because we're supposed to be at 280. Yeah, that ain't working. Now we drop to 260, and oh, okay, that's how you get to 12. Okay, I was kind of figuring, how do you come around for runway 12? Speaking of which, still no ETC here. All right, let's get into our checklists. Windshield is set to set limits. Decision altitude 430 should be 200. 200.5 miles. Okay. So we'll set 200. Right here is your minimums. You could set it baro, or you could set it radar altitude. Radar altitude means above ground. Okay, and we're coming down. What's the next one in line? Band at 17. Okay, seatbelts on, auto brake will run.
Altitude.
All right, we're looking good. Next one is Brand at 17,000, 3,000 feet down. And then we're going to slow up to 250 and then 200 and probably put at least one layer of flaps out. All right, coming up on Grudge in just a couple of seconds here, so I'm going to set 17. All right, we're coming out of 19. What is our transition to what pressure? 3004. All right, 3004.
Altitude.
Okay, and we're just about over band. Then it's down to 7,000. All right, let's get ready to land this beast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in our final descent. Take your seats, straight tray tables up, and prepare for landing. Flight attendants, prepare the cabin for landing. Okay, we got auto brake medium, and we'll keep the gear up for now. No need to put it down too early. So again, I hope you've liked this first flight. We're flying out of Phoenix and about to arrive into Oakland. So All right, and if you want to put a prediction in, it is the exclamation mark, the word predict, space, and a negative number. As we begin our approach to the Bay City of Oakland. Haha, you thought I was going to say the other one.
Stabilizer motion.
I don't even see A321s listed in the Millennium.
As long as it's an A319, 320, 321 in the schedule, you're good to fly any of them. And the 737-800. I'd have to look at the substitution list, but you might even get away with other aircraft too.
I mean, because I'm looking at scheduled flights, it's listed. The A321.
Yeah, just fly any livery then. Even the one that says TOLUS on the aircraft. I believe the airport, by the way, is right up here. All right, here we go. We're beginning our approach. Headed for 4,500 feet. Actually, I'm going to set it now 2,700.
This is gonna be United flight.
There you go. Any flight any color you want on it. That's what I love about a Millennium. You don't have to have that specific, and you may not find that livery. And that's why I like them so much.
I don't even know if my account's still active on here. I don't think it is.
Can you log in?
Yeah.
Bid a flight.
I did.
It was successful.
It said,
If another way to check, one on the schedules page, on the home page, look down the left side and see if your name came up.
it says pilots online. I'm under it.
Hang on. Close. Millennium. Okay, under newest pilots, under recent bids, look for that. You bidding Seattle to Charlotte?
Oh, I done 2 already?
Yeah, I got 2 of you in there. So I would say you're still in the system.
Can you delete one of those?
When you open up the ACARS, you can delete it in there. And I'm going to get on CTAF. Was 127.2, right? Yep. Yeah, Oakland area traffic, FedEx 811, turning onto the localizer for runway 30. Gear down.
Altitude.
Okay, approach at 153.
Altitude. Stabilizer motion.
I got a runway in sight. And Oakland traffic, FedEx 811's 8-mile final 430 in sight.
2500.
Okay, on localizer, on glide slope. Just making sure. Okay. Flaps 35.
Autopilot.
And we got a little bit of a wind off the rear of the plane. 5 knots, so we'll have to contend with that. Okay, flaps 35, here we come. And Oakland traffic, FedEx 811 heavy, about a 3-mile final now for 30. Landing stable.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, airplane's mine fully. Reverse thrust off, brakes off. It's my normal exit. I think it's whiskey 3, 4. Whiskey 5. And Oakland traffic. FedEx 811 heavies off at Whiskey 5 to FedEx. Go figure that one, huh? Okay, so here we go. Okay, looks like I've got everything but one to do. Got anyone in here? Nope. let's see. Where do I want to park? All right, so we're ready to take a parking spot. Let's see what's out there. You know what? How about... And I think they go even closer to the building than that. Anyway, welcome to Oakland. All right, after landing, slats, radars, auto brake. Oh, that's what I wanted to turn off while we were taxiing. Let's see, fuel switches. We can, let's see. Yeah, we'll get number 2 off here. Okay, beacon, seatbelt, IRS off, and doors now may be opened. Okay, welcome in, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I sure did. All right, let me do that. All right. All right, here's the ACARS system for FedEx. Real simple, ACARS 2 format, kind of. all you got to technically do to make it work, book a flight on the website, come over here, start it, and then when you land, click stop and read what you got. They got us at 421. 147. I did good on the speed this time. And actually, thought I did a little better than that. But, you know, and then log it. That's it. And you have completed a flight with FedEx. All right, let's bring Vatex in and now debrief this flight so we can get into flight number 2. I'm just getting rid of the overlay at the top. All right, Vatex, we're in at gate 2. Yeah, okay, whatever. First thing we'll do is complete. Then look for our flight over here, FedEx 811. And they got us 417 at 147 knots. Dang, 1.2, 1.3 G's. Wow. Let's see how we did. Little bunny hop right around the landing area. And it looks like right on target. So, am I going to be upset, Captain? Hang on a second. Oh, no biggie. But yeah, looks like we had a pretty good landing in here. Just short of the aiming point, which you're looking for visually, and the bunny hop put us just slightly past. Bummer. Let's see. First one was 417, second 131. So, but it's right on the center line, and I'm happy as can be with that. We'll click that. We'll zoom out. There we go. And get it ready for the next flight. There we go. All right, let's get back down here and get the official scorekeeper for flying with Mike, that being Sim Toolkit. 395, 147, 1.3. Okay, we kind of see the general gist here. Let's complete the flight again. Now, I'll show you why I like this over most of the others. Oh, bummer. I didn't mean to fly this airplane. I meant to fly the other Federal Express. Dang it. Ah, oh well, the Purple People Eater. I just realized that I had the wrong airplane. That's okay. All right, so 1 hour, 50-minute flight, 500 miles. Call it 600. 11,500 kilograms of fuel. We know the numbers. Here's where I like Sim Toolkit over the rest. Now, the good thing is Vatex kind of has this data in it, but they don't have the metrics. I actually used the metrics to try to figure out what I did wrong. And overall, I think I did pretty good. It's just the landing rate was rough. Okay. Again, right in the landing zone. This is where we're in the landing zone, but we're aiming for here. By the way, your ILS, glide slope, and your PAPIs or VATSIM, depending on what they have at the airport, are all calibrated to put you in those big, easy to see spots when you're out on final. So, I mean, they're pretty easy to find. 1,000 feet, 1,040 feet down the runway, 7 feet off the center line. Oh, the chief pilot wants to talk to me. I'm supposed to be on the snow. No, that's a great landing, especially in a heavy. Those are always great landings. I love it, love it, love it. All right. Yeah, this was supposed to be the Federal Express Purple People Eater, I call them, where the whole plane is basically kind of purple. The original Federal Express liveries for this aircraft. And, yeah, well, it happens. always wondered if there's a way for a loader to reach out to the plane here and they can not have to be outside. Don't know. Never been there. Never been to the other one that I've seen, which is Newark. Kind of looks like it could. All right, well, that wraps up FedEx Phoenix to Oakland. I really, really do hope you enjoyed. Rotate MD-11. And they do have a passenger version now, folks, so look for that, fly that. It's fun. I enjoy them. They're easy to fly to me because once the mask was pulled off, if you will, it said, hey, this is an Airbus, and boom, this whole airplane began to fall into place. For me, for you, could be different. So, all right, with that, we're gonna head out. We're gonna close the video portion of this out and get our YouTube folks so they can enjoy the video itself, and then we'll prep up for the next flight. So stand by, folks. If you're on Twitch, hang around. YouTube, thank you for watching. We sure appreciate. If you liked what you saw, if you liked the content, we'd love you to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up if you liked it. We'd really appreciate if you would subscribe and thumbs up. So for now, God bless you all over on YouTube, and for those that can't stick around here at Twitch, thank you again for being here. Twitch, we'll be right back with flight number 2. And don't worry, YouTube, it'll be up shortly when we get the second flight done. God bless.
Attention all aircraft. Metropolitan Oakland International. Information. Lima current. Altimeter 3004.